Dan grew up in Southern California, but has made Utah his home. His mantra for business and life is finding people's pain and healing it. You said a lot of people you grew up with kind of ended up on different paths, gangs, drugs, like they had some issues. And you said your parents enrolled you in an after-school program.
So it was like an after-school computer nerd when computers were kind of like personal computers were very new, just to get me interested. And really it was an easy one. It's like, hey, you can play video games after school now instead of hanging out on the street with bad friends.
Were you ever tempted to go in that other direction?
Well, I did go in that other direction, and I became a teenager and did dumb teenage stuff and got in big trouble. But that seed that pulled back to technology kind of always drew me back. My parents got fed up with me, and they're like, hey, your sister, she works at the University of Utah. She's an academic advisor. You're rowdy. You're being a bad kid. You should go live with her for a summer.
How did that lead to kind of where you are now? You had a job at a local electronics store?
I was working there for a few years and became one of the top salespeople in computers and that. And then one day, my boss was like, hey, we're going out of business, so probably should be looking for new work. I actually went and I physically dialed all those customers who bought computers from me at this retail store. I'm like, hey, if you bought one, here's my pager number. Please call me and I will help you. The first year, $27,000 in the hole, I remember maxing on my credit cards. It was crazy. And that next year, we did over $1 million in revenue.
You were just worried about serving people and helping them with their needs, and on the back end, you were making $1 million. It seems like there's sort of a life lesson in there somewhere.
Well, it was all guilt-driven because I was really selling these people and pitching them all the stuff that we were going to do. And I kind of felt like, gosh, these people are going to feel like they're not really getting what they were told. Well, I got to take care of it because I gave them my word.
What was the number one lesson you learned from your parents, do you think?
Never give up. I remember when I was a little kid, we were counting change and digging out in the laundry room so we could buy dinner. I remember my mom crying because the fridge was like empty and she was trying to get money together to buy kids dinner, and I was like, this is just horrible. I mean, because she was suffering. So I made myself a promise. I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes so that, they don't have to suffer like this. You have found yourself a gem. The purpose of my life now really is to try to find people's pains and heal them with whatever we do.